Hey everyone, Ace of Clay here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another sculpting video. Today, we're traveling back into the dark world of Trevor Henderson and making Cartoon Cat. I absolutely love Trevor Henderson and all of his work. I think it is so creative and interesting, and I am so glad that all of you have been requesting Cartoon Cat left and right. This is actually my third Trevor Henderson creation. I've also made Siren Head and Long Horse, so be sure to check out those videos after this one. And just to give you a little bit of background on Cartoon Cat, if you are not familiar with the character, he is a hostile cryptid and urban legend. He is a giant feline creature who resembles a 1930s era cartoon cat, hence his name. Kind of looks like Felix the Cat in those really old cartoons of Mickey Mouse. Photos of Cartoon Cat, like the ones that are up on the screen right now, show that he has a massive grin with yellow human teeth, and it's usually dripping in blood. I also believe that Trevor has mentioned that this is his most dangerous monster. I could be wrong on that. I will put some more resources to Cartoon Cat in the description box below if you want to learn more. So if you want to see me bring this guy to life from start to finish, starting with the armature all the way down to the last stroke of paint, then hit like, hit subscribe, and let's get started. Alright, the first step is going to be the armature as always, so I'm just creating it from aluminum wire. I'm just shaping out Cartoon Cat's legs and torso. Then I'm going to tighten the waist with some floral wire and then attach the arms as another separate piece of wire and attach that with floral wire as well. And as always, all of the materials and tools that I use in this video are listed in the description box below, along with my affiliate links if you want to purchase anything. Now I'm just going to start bulking out our figure with some Super Sculpey Ultralight. This step can also be done with aluminum foil. I just like the better control I have with the Ultralight. And while I'm at it, I'm going to make the underlying structure for the head as well, because I want to use Ultralight on this too. And it'll make my life a whole lot easier once I get to the head down the road. Once everything is at a decent point, it's time to bake this, and then once it's baked and completely cooled down, let's see how it looks, and then let's start covering everything with our final layer of clay. I'm using Super Sculpey Original on this project. Once our torso is covered, I'm just going to go ahead and start the feet, and then move on to the legs. For the legs, I just rolled out a snake of clay, and I am cutting it, but not going all the way through, opening that up and then placing it over the wire. This makes it a little easier to attach the clay without sort of just smashing that snake onto the wire. This makes it easier sometimes. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, I don't know. This time it did. Once I have the feet shaped out, I'm going to take my Explorer tool and start detailing a very light fur texture all over the surface. Once everything is covered in my fur texture, I'm going to get this ready for another bake. And once he's baked and completely cooled down, it's time to start the arms. And as you can see, because I am using a stupid toaster oven for the time being, I did get a little bit of burning on this guy. I really don't like that, but in the end, we're painting it and that doesn't really matter. And nothing caught on fire, thank God. Now we're just going ahead and starting the hands. And just really quick, I just want to let you know there is nothing wrong with using a toaster oven or like a countertop convection oven. This sculpture is just too big for that thing, and it's just not working with me. If you have problems with burning, you could also always cover the heating elements with aluminum foil, and then just make sure your sculpture is as far away as possible from those heating elements. I can't really do that because I made this guy too big. Like, I'm not letting this toaster oven stop me from getting what I want, but just letting you know that. Nothing wrong with toaster ovens. After finishing his first hand and making it look like a nice poofy cartoon glove, we're going to attach it with some Bacon Bond and then add some fur texture to the arms before we cap off that glove. After finishing the hands, let's move on to the head. I realized early on that I don't really need those indents in the head like that. I just kind of fill them in with some more clay, which is totally fine. I thought that they were going to help me. They actually worked against me, so I just pretend like they're not even there. Now I'm just adding some clay inside the mouth like that. This will be the teeth. And then after filling in those eye sockets, we're going to trace the eyes with my Explorer tool and then sort of carve them out with my spoon tool. This is more of a subtractive sculpting technique rather than, you know, adding the clay to create the eyes. We're carving it out of the existing surface. Now we're just going to bring out the jaw a little bit with a snake of clay. And then speaking of a snake of clay, join my Facebook group, Snakes of Clay. It is one place for all my subscribers and followers to come together to share their sculptures and enjoy each other's work, ask questions, and just really share the love of sculpting with polymer clay. So check us out on Facebook, just search Snakes of Clay. Now for my favorite part of sculpting the face, we're going to do those human-like teeth. I'm just going to carve those out as well using my Explorer tool and spoon tool. More of that subtractive sculpting. And then if you're wondering why I sound weird today and kind of quiet, it's one, because I just woke up, and two, because I have contractors at my house right now, and I'm trying not to sound like an obnoxious idiot from my office, so just letting you know, that's why. Now let's add some cheeks. I'm just going to attach these nice little teardrop shapes to the cheek area and then blend them in with everything else. Now we're going to work on the forehead. I'm going to bring out the brow bone a little bit. And then before I give him his little cat nose, I'm just going to add a little bump for it. And now for the ears. I want these to kind of look like horns. I'm going to have them sort of curved inward a little bit, just to add a little bit more character. But let's start with this one and then work our way to the other side. And now for the painstaking process of adding a nice little neat fur texture all over the head. Now we're going to brush on some clay softener to remove fingerprints. I want to focus mainly on the eyes. I don't really want to lose any of that fur texture. There aren't really any fingerprints under that anyway. Then I'm going to do the same thing to all the uncured areas on the body. Then we're going to bake these. And then before I stuck him in the oven, I did attach the head with a little bit more clay. Nothing crazy. And now it's already time for paint. All of the paints that I use in this video are Folk Art brand matte acrylics. We're going in with some golden ochre for the first coat on the teeth, and then some tapioca on the eyes. And then warm white on the gloves. Now we're going to go in and color those gums. Now I'm going to dry brush some warm white on the surface of the teeth, trying to stay away from the gums. And then once the teeth are completely dry, I'm going to put a wash of dark brown over the entire thing and then wipe off the excess with paper towel. And a wash is just watered down acrylic paint. Now let's go in with the pupils and irises with some pure black and a fine paintbrush. Now I just want to brighten those teeth a little bit more. Now it's time to start painting that fur. I'm going to go in to all of the areas that are up against another color with a fine paintbrush and sort of just outline them so I don't get any black paint on them. And then we're going to go in with a bigger paintbrush to fill in everything else. And once that black is all on, I'm going to go in with another dark gray, brownish black wash and add this to the gloves just to sort of antique them and make them not so bright white in your face. Now to highlight that fur texture that I spent so much time on, I'm going to go ahead and dry brush some dark lightish gray all over the surface just to give it some more dimension, but still make him look completely black. Now we're going to paint his nose light gray, and then go in and add some reflections to his eyes. Just a big dot in the lower left corner of his eye and a smaller dot on the upper right corner. Now for the next part, we're going to add some blood to his teeth. I was really skeptical about this. I really didn't want to. I really liked how he looked without the blood, but you know, in the end the blood did add something and made it more accurate. And he's done. Cartoon Cat is complete. My third Trevor Henderson sculpture is done. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and if you use any of the tips and techniques in this video on your own projects, share them to Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and tag me at AceOfClay or hashtag AceOfClay so I can check them out. And that's a wrap. I really hope you like how my sculpture of Cartoon Cat came out. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really happy with it. It kind of reminds me of like those old like Chuck E. Cheese animatronics. Not really what I was going for, but that's kind of the vibe that I get. But I do think it looks like Cartoon Cat, so let me know your thoughts in the comments. And of course, Trevor, if you're watching this, I hope you like how he turned out. And as always, thank you so much for watching and being here. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and then follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at AceOfClay. I'm also on TikTok, so check me out there, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.